This meeting is being recorded.
Good evening, Sister Becky.
Hey, I'm gonna see. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm gonna see how long I can hang.
I know that's right.
I get up early with B, and then just trying days. And I was gonna send you a message last night about ordering a sandwich of each and a soup of each.
Okay. You
But
said a sandwich and a super beach, right?
yes, and I
Oh,
wanted two juices.
okay.
And I was going to type it up, and I got I got a phone call from Mother Bernie's daughter, and so I was talking with her. So I didn't get back to typing up my little email to send to you.
Okay. All right. No problem.
So whoever delivers, I'll give you those caps. I have
Okay.
some caps and a few gloves.
Okay.
It was hard finding scarves though.
Yeah. You know what I did? I went to I had some scarves available already, but I went to the Dollar Tree, some of the Dollar Trees that was like kind of far, and then
Okay.
other Dollar Trees. It was one in Cherry Hill that I didn't even know that they made that a Dollar Tree. They closed down a one Dollar Tree and put a Dollar Tree in that complex right across from the Cherry
Okay.
Hill Mall. So I went there and they had a bunch of scarves over there. So
Oh,
I
okay.
picked up a
Okay.
bunch of them.
Yeah, that's where I got most of the caps because I saw they had nice linings on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed them. The gloves, those gloves, I tried to find the double gloves, double fingers or whatever. Um, but if I get a chance, I'll check some more.
Okay. What sandwich did you want me to give you?
Uh, one tuna and one turkey,
Okay.
and one of each soup.
One of each.
One. Yeah. So look, I know what you said, 55 and older, but I'm still going to give you money to compensate your trip.
Don't stress yourself.
Plus plus the drinks. I don't know if Trey wants one of the juices,
Trey,
but
did you want
I
one of
want
the
to.
juices?
What?
Did you want one of the wellness juices?
Um, I don't know. I didn't look. I didn't even look at them.
Oh, the juice, pineapple, lemon, and ginger.
Um, that's the ginger.
No, it's one juice that comes with everything in that.
Oh,
It's beet, pineapple, lemon, and ginger all together in one.
okay. One of those then.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
He
in,
said I want just the ginger.
yeah, I'm interested in trying that
Yeah,
because I like all those.
it's actually pretty good. It's people think that it's like not sweet, but it's actually pretty sweet. So it's actually
It's
really
all
good and sweet.
it's all a natural ingredients, right?
Yes, all natural. So it's basically I get the ginger root, I juice that, I I squeeze the lemon in it. Normally I can squeeze the lemon or I can juice the lemon as well. And
Okay.
also the beets, they're natural beets. I juice them whole. And the pineapple, I juice that whole too.
Oh, okay. So you cook your beets from scratch?
I get the beets from the produce place and then I clean them and then I basically throw them in the juicer.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm. I get everything from the produce place.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Oh,
What's going on?
What's happening?
we about to get to the bottom of this tall man and Unforgivable.
Oh,
Okay. Who watched it? I know you watched it, Latrice. Did you watch it, Dre?
I watched
Yeah,
both. of
listen,
them.
I watched it as soon as we
Watched it.
got off. As soon as we
Yes.
got off the last color conversation.
Uh-huh.
So I was
You
like,
it?
all right, let me try to just, and I was just actually, before we got on, I was looking at bits and pieces again because they was trying to throw, they was just trying to like trick you, like misdirection. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I had a couple questions. Yeah, I wrote down.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. It was
'Cause
deep,
I'm like,
but it didn't end up like you thought it was, did it?
no,
Ah.
listen, I thought 4 different ways, and the more I watched, I'm like, oh, wait, okay, that's off the board. That's off the board.
Mhm.
But then after watching the whole thing, and then, like I said, looking at it again a little bit today, knowing what I know now, I'm like, hold on. Now I'm looking at some characters differently.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that was good. I mean, that was a sleeper one. I don't know how I didn't. That was from a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, that was good.
Yeah. It was deep. It shocked me. It was deep.
I was cracking up because I'm like, oh wait, this the chick from Seventh Heaven? What? You remember that show back in the day? It used to be on the not the CW. What was that thing on the WB? Remember the
What?
WB network?
Uh-huh.
It was a show called Seventh Heaven about this family.
I remember the name of it.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I watched it too much.
Oh, okay. Well, she was the oldest daughter in that show. So when you was talking about Tall Man, and I looked at the to see who was starring in it, I'm like, oh, that's because their last name was Camden. They were the Camdens.
I thought she looked familiar when
That's
I looked
probably
at the
remember
movie,
from.
and
This
I
was
said,
like-
"Why does
Yeah, this is back in the
she
day.
look
Yeah.
real familiar?" I just couldn't place her face. I was like, "Oh, it's okay." Wow, I can't wait till we discuss this here movie. I know Latrice, and she just looking. She got you got some questions, Latrice? Look at her face.
Hold on, I got more questions.
You
I'm
muted.
confused. I'm sorry. I got more than questions. I was
Oh,
like,
you're confused.
I was taken back with this movie.
Uh-huh.
Mm,
First,
mm.
I was like, oh, this is scary. I can't do this. And then
I
all
thought
of a sudden, I was
I thought it was a hitchhiker movie.
yes,
Because
was
I
like,
was looking
oh
at
my
the screen
God.
and the title.
get to the bottom of this movie.
Uh-huh.
And Erica was like, watch it to the end. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You got to-
Yeah, I was a little, thrown off.
I can't wait to hear y'all. I can't wait because I just was, my biggest question is, do you think what they did was right? That's my biggest question.
Mm.
You look at that. Look at y'all. Y'all like, wait a minute. Uh-huh. Yeah, I can't wait. Did your
Let's
mom
turn the
watch
thing on in
it,
my room, in the
Latrice?
room. With Latrice. Unless you want to hear it.
Hi, Miss Sandra. Is Miss Janika?
I don't know if she heard.
Hi, Erica. Hi, Erica. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine.
How you doing?
I told Latrice I'm going to try to hang, but I don't know. I'm going to try. I
she already in
didn't
sleep.
see the tall man.
You already in
Oh,
sleep
you did?
position.
I didn't see tall man, but I saw the Unforgivable. The tall man looks scary.
Oh yeah. That's the same thing Latrice said. It's not though.
Yeah,
It
it's not scary.
really is
Look, I was looking at the trailer earlier.
beginning.
Look, I was looking at the trailer earlier and I was saying, I don't know.
That's
I
what
don't
that
like
was.
thrillers.
Latrice was the same way, but it's really not. You just gotta stick with it and just keep watching.
I might have to go to the end first and look. You know how when you were in school they told
you
you
know
to
what?
read the book and you read the last chapter or the last page of the chapter and then you tried to write something off of that.
Oh yeah.
It don't work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It don't
I used to
work.
do it all the time. I used to do the front, the back, and some of the middle. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Janika.
Oh,
Hi,
Janique.
how you doing?
Just
What's up,
fine. How are
Janika?
you?
Did you watch the movie?
Yeah, I saw the Unforgivable weeks
Mhm.
ago, and then I
Oh,
watched the
okay.
trailer tonight.
Oh, how did you like the tall man?
It was definitely interesting.
I love it. I love it. Uh-huh.
Turn my power off. All right.
I think I gotta go back out and come back in.
Yeah, Erica too, you a little sluggish. You're when you
It's
Oh,
dragging.
signal.
Oh, it's dragging. You
Yeah.
know what?
Oh, so it's not-
I may have to sign in on my computer. This is my laptop, so let me be better. All right, so I'll leave here and jump on my computer.
Yeah, with sound coming from two
Okay.
places.
Okay, I thought something was wrong with my connection. I thought I had to go back out and come back in.
No.
No, that was Erica.
All right, Ching, what you doing?
I had to pay something real quick.
The devil.
She paying bills on.
Yeah, they got them. You know how you get the Maryland tax because you can't give them cash going through Maryland. And I done had these on here since 2020. I'm like, where did this come from?
Pay your bill.
So you holding up, starting the discussion so you can pay.
I paid the bill. Okay, finished. All right.
You know what? Okay.
So we're about to get to the bottom. Okay, I was just trying to wait for a couple other people to come, but
No, that's why you got to start starting on time. If people know you're going to start quarter after, which is what you keep doing, they're not
That's
getting
right.
on
Tell
till quarter
her.
after.
Tell her.
The devil.
I know, I'm back.
That's right. Tell her.
We're
You
going.
get
Tell her get it together.
8:05, we start. That's it.
8:05, we're starting. Okay. You were not even on here at 8:05.
Exactly. Because I know you don't start on time.
Oops. Okay. Well, all right.
Well, we're about to start.
Well, all right.
Yeah, she starts at 8:15.
We're praying right now, okay?
Well, all right.
Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together in conversation, coming together in love, coming together in community. Father, we're just asking that you give us insight on this topic we're talking about tonight, this movie that we watched that was so suspenseful and it had so many turns and curves in it. But we are going to get to the bottom of these movies that we're talking about tonight. And we're going to have fun doing it. And, we're just going to figure out what this was all about. But anyway, we're asking that you just praying for those who are grieving right now, Lord. We're asking that you touch them, touch all of those who are going through something. And Father, we're asking that you just allow us, anybody who comes on, Father, allow us to just be loving and also just be coming together as family and coming together in unity. We're asking these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Cat. So we're gonna get to the bottom of this tall. Okay, so wait. Maybe we should do unforgivable because Trey, you saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw.
Erica, you saw that, correct?
I sure did.
Okay, so we'll get to the bottom of that first, since
Mhm.
Becca didn't see Tall Man yet, because I'm gonna tell you, we got questions for both of them. Oh,
Okay.
well, I tell Nikki, you said you saw that already. So,
Mhm.
so what did we think about the unforgivable? What in the world? First and foremost, I'm trying to understand it was kind of not it was suspenseful, but at the same time it's kind of like, in a way, why the girl, like, how did all this start with the girl taking care of her sister? Now, how did all of that get, how did it get to that point where as though she was taking care of her sister and basically she was what was it? She was getting evicted out of the house and she was threatening cops from coming into the home.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
what twist and turn? And nobody actually knew what was going on with this whole situation. But my thing is that this twist and turn with her doing the time and them finding, and then at the end finding out that it wasn't even her that pulled the trigger. So
Right.
so even if, this is what I want to know, even if she would have said that it was the sister that pulled the trigger, would they have taken the sister?
Wait, would they have did what?
Taken the sister? Would they have taken the sister from her? Or would they even believe that it was the sister that pulled the trigger?
I don't think they would have believed.
I don't
they
think
would-
they would have believed either. No.
They didn't have to believe, but once the forensics would have tested her hands for gunpowder, they would have known.
Yeah, they would have known that it
That's
was.
true.
They would have known that it was a little sister,
That's true.
but they never.
And she did it because she didn't want that for her sister. She didn't want her to go to jail, so she did it on her behalf. She served the time on her behalf. She didn't want her. She probably would have went to like mental institution or something like that because of her age, or
Okay.
whatever. They would have put her somewhere.
would've- It
But-
could have been even it would have probably been, I just didn't understand why, for some reason, and maybe it's, and when I say ignorance, I don't mean it's in a negative word, but like maybe not being educated enough to understand that it would have more than likely been deemed an accidental shooting. The little girl was like 5, wasn't she? 5 or 6?
She
I
was
think so.
5, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so they wouldn't have put her away. The little girl isn't crazy. It would have been deemed a horrible accident. That's why I don't know why she just didn't. It's like she just immediately thought the worst.
Mhm.
I don't know why she just didn't, because in her mind, she really thought she was protecting her sister. She really believed that.
Yeah.
So she took the fall instead.
I think too,
Mm-hmm.
because we don't get too much story beforehand about
Mhm.
okay, when the parents were alive and then they died, how she's been. Like one of the first things we see is she's done enough to have all these people come to the property and be like, listen, we got to get you off. So for us, for the viewer, we see someone who might be irrational. So say
Mhm.
like what Janika said about the whole, hey, ain't nothing gonna happen to your sister like that. She might not have time to be processing all that.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that causes her to be quick with the choices in the decisions she makes. Because they're not really clear on like how she is. We just get the whole she's in jail, and we already know now because you've been in prison and everything's going on, you have a certain mentality. But I would have liked to know what was she like pre-shooting. like really, and not with the
Yeah.
incident at the
Yeah.
house, but before all it came to all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, I think by her being the older sister, she was very protective of
Yeah.
her little sister, more like a mother, because when the mother died when she was born, really, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
So
the
she was,
I too.
the
mm,
father died later,
Mhm.
and she couldn't keep up the property.
right.
That's why they were evicting her, because her father was no longer there, and they was trying to get him out. But I think she more looked at herself as a mother image to her sister,
Mm,
Mhm.
and she was trying to protect her.
True.
mm,
True.
mm, mm. So I mean, because I guess that is a question I had in my head too. The sister. All right, now obviously she would not. I think everybody in here agrees she would not have been tried as an adult. She probably wouldn't have been tried at all. But it does lead to the question of, oh well, the same movie. What age would the girl have to be for them to be like, hey, I'm gonna have to, try you. So that's, it comes into the thing where, oh, that's where judgment comes in. You got to make a decision about this, It's like, say she was 11 or 12,
Mm-hmm.
that then it's like definitely a different set of circumstances as far as, hey, what do we do?
Evaluations and
Yeah. And to what y'all you said
Accountability,
about right.
accountability.
And to what you were just saying too about the older sister protecting the younger. See, when you're that small, yes, but you doing 11 and 12, man, now I'm fully aware of what I did, right? And now I see this protection. So that adds an even different element to and I, like I said, I mean, as we talk about this further, but that's what has me thinking about how the sister was acting as she's growing up.
yeah. Yeah. And even herself, it was just like, yo, to have to deal with that type of adversity, because from her, basically her is like, oh, you killed a cop. And now she had to deal with all this she had to deal with a whole lot of adversity, going forward. Like, so now everybody looked at her as being like a cop killer because they didn't even know that she wasn't the one that pulled the trigger,
Right.
and people was, how they treated her, it was like, so
You're talking about Sandra Bullock's character, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
how they even treated her, like even what they, the positions they put her in, like when she got out, being on parole where she had to stay, her having to get these jobs. It was only a certain type of job she can get, and how even her parole officer was. It was like, yeah, you're a cop killer. You need to accept that.
Yeah, the family was after her. The brother was obsessed.
Yes,
He even talked the other brother was, didn't want to have anything to do with it. He even talked him into being obsessed.
no.
Over, getting after her and getting revenge.
So look at this. So the brother was obsessed. The one brother was obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
The other brother was trying to let it go. He was trying to literally leave it alone, let it go. We're not doing this. We're not trying to say that, we're going to get rid of what happened, but we're going to leave this alone. When that brother found out his brother was sleeping with his wife is when he decided to go and was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to do something about this because, I'm tired of people running over me. So he's triggered.
That's a good, you know what? That's a good point because he was going to leave it alone. So what he did was he just transferred the anger that he felt from what he saw over to her because he wasn't even thinking about her.
Yeah.
But ain't that something how people do that? They take out anger on another individual that didn't even cause it.
Yeah.
What they're going through at that moment.
Well, as an scapegoat. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That is Latrice, that is an excellent point because
wasn't it? Yeah.
initially it looks like, because it looks like the older brother is the pushover. When it's really no, the older, yeah, initially I thought, like you said, the younger brother, the taller one,
Yeah.
you know, he's just like, all right, man, he's cool, calm, and collective. This other guy's a maniac.
Yeah.
But the role switch, but primarily one of the reasons was, like you said, and see, this is the thing too. I know they don't go into detail, but nothing is all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Things he's probably, as a brother, things been leading up to that. And like you said, now he's seen what he already knew.
Yeah.
And now, like to what you said, now you're going to transfer it. And now all of a sudden you care about your dad dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because you really need to confront. You can't confront
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
like you
Mhm.
want to.
Exactly.
So it's easier to go to somebody you don't know and be all like, I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was interesting. Wow.
Mhm.
Well, don't forget, right. Now think about that situation. Is a brother going to forgive a brother
Yeah.
for you know?
It.
I
Exactly.
guess it depends, because it depends, and not all men, forgive their brothers and stuff. It depends, because I know some, and within my family there's siblings that don't even talk
Mm-hmm.
no more. So it depends.
Well, especially with something like that, that's like a line you don't.
It's a line you don't cross. But I'm gonna tell you
Right.
something. Some brothers will get over it very quickly and be like, on to the next. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? So it all depends on what type of situation you was in, and also what type of brother, like what does your brother, how does your brother look at the person that he was actually with? You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So I know in this situation, it seemed like he was really angry.
Mhm.
He was super angry about the fact that his brother and the baby's in the other room crying. So that really made him mad.
Mhm.
The baby in the crib sitting in there by herself crying, going on.
But didn't you say he wasn't really paying attention to his wife anyway?
Yes.
Yeah, they were okay.
Yes, and that's what it was. It was like he was not truly focusing on his wife. Like even when they had a babysitter, he still wasn't focusing on his wife. So she basically, whatever temptation she had is the desire to basically get attention.
Mhm.
So
But
she
then-
felt like the brother was giving her the attention.
It was deeper. Then it was deeper than that. Then as far as the brother being angry, so on its face it looked like, oh, you're sleeping with my wife, but like you don't. That's not even the thing that really giving you fire. It's like something else.
Something else.
Like
Yeah.
what else, bro? So it's a deeper root.
Mhm.
Deep down inside, he
It
wanted
was
to
his, I feel that it was his own guilt.
Yeah.
He
Mm.
was being consumed by his guilt
Guilt.
for first of all, his lack of attention to his wife.
Okay.
And
Okay. That's
and
good.
so when some it's like I don't have to beg you to love me. That song, I don't have to beg you to love me because somebody else will.
Mm.
And then that's what happened.
Mm.
He just was not giving her the attention that she
Yeah.
was craving.
Yeah.
You understand? And what is that?
Yeah.
He wasn't loving her the way she needed to be
Right.
loved. So
Right.
so he left her vulnerable.
Mm.
He left her basically vulnerable for the
Yeah.
if the brother had a little bit of attraction, it became a bigger attraction.
Right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, it's amazing. Us humans are not really that complex. We need attention or someone to hear us. So if you're being ignored and someone comes along and like, wait a minute, you're listening to me? I mean, just as simple as that. But yeah, so I was thinking about that. in terms of, okay, that's another like segment of forgiving or not forgiving. Like, see, because the movie too had me thinking like, okay, not just some, okay, I forgive you, I don't forgive you. This is like heavy, something heavy happens. So when the heavy stuff drops, is this a forgivable offense? Even with the sisters. Now, Sandra Bullock's character, I don't think she would never go and be like, you need to be grateful for what I did. But I wonder too, is there a little resentment? Because like, yo, man, I'm paying the price. Of course, I want to protect my sister, but now she get to live her life, and I had to do this time, and I'm innocent.
But you know, it seemed like she, you know what? It seemed like she because she kept trying to find her. I want to find my sister. Does she know I'm alive? Does she know? And she just had to, and they kept telling her maybe it's for the best that you leave her where she is and not enter her life. But she just had to make it known that I took care of her for all, you know, for this time. And I don't know if it was resentment or she wanted to remind her, you know, with her presence that this is what I did for you. I went to jail for you because you decided that you wanted to pick up that shotgun, and even though you were young, you knew what you was doing, but I went to jail for you. It might have been some resentment. She was trying to remind her of what she had done. She wanted to stand before her and be like, this is my life. This is what I had to go through to protect you. You know what I mean? So it could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been. Or
I was just gonna say that was a late, this woman, all she wanted was a relationship with her sister. She basically raised that little girl, and when she went off to jail, she never expected that the letters she was writing would never get to this little girl. And this is one of the big themes throughout this whole movie was the majority of the folks were selfish and self-centered. Everybody had, like, nobody was really thinking, okay, so for example, even if y'all go with the chick that slept with the brother, how cool can that be to sleep with the brother? You can go sleep with 50 million other dudes and you choose the brother. So it's almost like, what is it called? That young brother, to me, he envied his older brother. He seemed to have a decent life. He had a good job. He was able to get over, get through the pain of losing their dad. But it's like misery loves company. So I'm going to bring you down to my level too. Who do you think you are? You think you're better than me? I just felt like he was doing whatever it's a word for people that do that to folks. And then the girl, okay, you're not getting attention. All right, so you go sleep with the brother? Okay, well, that really is a lot about her character. So I just feel like everybody, except for Sandra, all she kept saying was, I just want to have a relationship with my sister. The parents were selfish.
They were.
True, they were.
It was like everybody was, and only one really that wasn't being selfish was the lawyer who said, "I'll help you." Because that's what happened.
Wife was black. Yeah, she blacked out on him because.
And she was being.
She didn't know. She didn't know what the real situation is. She just
didn't like.
Come up in my house.
Yeah, she didn't. She didn't like
trying to get over on.
But again, now I don't know. I wouldn't say the word is selfish. However, this was a man clearly who had a what's the right word, y'all? He had a conscience, especially to reach back and help those less fortunate. Okay. And the wife was like, "Look, we out here in the country in our big old house. You leave that mess in the city." It was almost like you forgot from whence you came in a way, like, so it's a whole lot of themes in that movie. The twist, I never saw.
You put some really good points that everybody in there was selfish except for her. You're absolutely right. And I didn't even look at it that way. But everybody was.
And the I don't know, the
girl.
Other sister.
The girl.
Sandra Bullock's sister's sister. The other, she wasn't selfish.
No,
No,
she wasn't.
No.
She knew something was going on with, because her parents was
Yeah,
acting
yeah.
funny.
Mhm.
Now, and I would say to
Yeah,
that point,
yeah.
the mother started feeling more guilty before the father. He was just gonna be
Mhm.
like, no, no.
Yeah,
Now,
yes, yeah.
To Janika's point, think about this too. If I have written 100 letters and
Yes.
the expectation is she had to read some of them, I'm not getting no feedback. So there's a
None.
big giant hole, because even if you get a rejection letter back and say, don't write me no more, at least you know,
Right.
okay,
She didn't get nothing.
yeah,
She got straight
nothing. So that's why when she leaves, even though they said, listen, don't break the pearl, she's like, no, I'm hunting. I got to get the answer. even if y'all gonna take me back. So that makes sense. Yeah.
you
Yeah,
see,
and
it,
to your, go ahead, because I was gonna say to your point, that was horrible rejection. I'm
yes,
sitting in jail and I'm writing all these no response, cricket.
but you
Oh,
see
man.
how she went off when the lawyer basically set up the conference with them, and she said it to them. She said, what happened to all the letters I wrote?
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
She didn't receive any of those letters. Has she even seen them?
No.
She
Wanna find out
she
who
was
saw the letters.
she was kind of cool until then. Like, so
Right.
he told her, listen, be calm. But when the letter thing sparked up and the father started fixing his face, she's like, no, I don't care. But
She started cussing folks out. She was like,
Right.
listen,
She blew the meeting
somebody
up
gonna
like,
give you
yo.
some answers. Okay.
He said,
That's when
listen,
she went off. Yeah.
I know how to write. Now I done wrote 800 letters.
Mhm.
You ain't getting near one?
Those were some good points, Janika. That was
Yeah, yup.
some really good points.
Yep.
Yep.
It was really good. I gotta admit, I usually watch movies and think ahead, but I did not see it coming that the little girl shot the cop. That was
Me
that
either. I didn't see that
I
either.
didn't see it coming.
Yes.
Nope. I didn't see it either.
No.
With a shotgun at 5 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there was
And
no
she
reason.
she stood there like, oh yeah, I did it.
But
But
wait a
she knew what she was doing. Even though she was 5, she knew exactly what she
But
did.
listen to how the information that you give, the information that you say transfers to children.
Yes.
Yeah.
She kept saying, don't come in this house or I'm gonna kill you. I
Yeah,
had
sure
the
did.
shotgun right here.
Yep.
And I had the shotgun right here. She was
Yup,
like,
yup.
I'll do it. Don't come in this house. And when that little girl heard that door crack open downstairs in that basement, she got that shotgun. So that just goes to show the information that you give a child,
Mhm.
Yeah.
they're going to go forward. So I don't believe that she actually wanted to shoot that cop. She just
I don't-
went off of the information that was given to
And
her.
her sister
It
said,
wasn't, no, Chingy, it wasn't, I'm with you on that, but it wasn't information given to her. It was information she was a witness to.
It's
Mhm.
to
And that's another thing. Now you bring up another point. See, it was the little girl was listening and witnessing that whole scenario going down.
Yep.
So, and that's something that I find as adults, we say everything in front of kids now. It's no,
Mhm.
we
No
don't, it's no, you don't shield them no more. You don't say, go to your room.
No.
They just, so that whole, yeah, that little girl was witnessing it and she cares for her sister. She loves her sister. She don't understand that you get evicted if you don't pay the mortgage. That's a part of how it works.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And she, to that point, that brings up the good point about the weight of what she did. So I would say she wasn't innocent, but she's not guilty of what she did, because
Yeah.
at that, like you said, it's funny, she did that, but at the same time, in a greater sense, she's still shielded.
I gotta go back to the selfishness because you just brought something up. And
Okay.
all the nightmares, they
No, Janika, I was getting ready to go there. I was getting ready to get into that.
Go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say real quick, in that moment, she was shielded, but if she keeps growing up like she was, listen, the weight of those things now start to come back.
Mhm. The subconscious comes to the
Right.
conscious.
My interpretation was she's trying to figure it out. So I was saying to myself, okay, when does she realize, or did she ever realize, oh, I did this? Right?
I
Is
think
that,
she was
you
getting
know,
glimpses because she was 5. She was probably getting, because it was a traumatic event. And so sometimes children, when they face severe trauma, their brain shuts off certain things to protect them. So, but I'm upset because the parents knew. They knew why this girl was suffering all them daggone dreams. Meaning, okay, let me back up. Hold on. The
wait a minute, did
parents,
they?
no, I was going to say, let me back up.
No, wait.
They didn't know the little girl
didn't.
shot the cop, but they knew some of them dreams was related to, I'm going to put it in their lens, of seeing their so-called older sister shoot a cop or murder a cop. So even though they didn't know all the facts, this little girl is having these nightmares, glimpses of some past mess. They got the girl in therapy, out of therapy, and y'all just, baby, when you was 5, you witnessed your sister kill a cop. You know, they never even told her nothing. And you knew she was being tortured in her dreams. I don't know if that was just...
Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe, yeah, they decide, because it's interesting what parents decide not to tell kids, because it's a hard decision. All right, do we tell them? Like, for instance, if someone was adopted, all right, when do we tell them? Do we ever tell them?
Yeah.
Some parents opt not to.
They sure do. And
So,
but it's amazing how the child sits there and I think individual, I'm not a parent myself, but I think parents believe that little kids sometimes don't know. But what happens is they do. They have a feeling that they're not attached to the parents that are raising them. Now those parents can love them to no end. But there is an unattachment. There's something that they feel that says, I'm a little different. Now, everybody walk around this house, I don't look like, I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm looking at my mom and my dad, and I don't look like either one of them. You know, my hair color is different. My eye color may be different. My structure, the rest of my family, for some reason, I don't feel like I fit in. And I'm saying that because I have a nephew who my brother, who is my older nephew's brother, but not my brother's son. So he adopted him. And so one day now, not too long ago, a couple of years ago, he's now in his 20s, and he said, Aunt Erica is not my aunt. And he said, yeah, and he said, Dad is not my real father. Did nobody say nothing to him about it? He could feel it. He could feel that he was different. He probably could look at them and say, I'm not, something is a little different here. Children know without you having to tell them. They get this in their subconscious that says there's something more, there's something going on here. And they put 2 and 2 together after a while as they get older. The question starts to arise to say, what's going on? There's something going on that I don't know about. I really do think you have to tell them. They realize it when they get older, it comes to them. I really do believe it does come to them.
well, okay. All right, I'll say this real quick. It's like it's a little rabbit hole type of situation, but this also made me think about conversations we've had before, or I know I've had before with people about, because we were talking about, born in sin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is that? What are we talking about, right?
Yeah.
What does that really look like? Because I remember somebody brought that up to me, because they said, well, all right, if we're all born in sin, like why did Jesus get to escape that? He wasn't born in sin. But then so it made me think, okay, I have to think about what that means. And we're talking about that a little bit now. It's like when you're raised up, the atmosphere you're in, you take on, you begin to mimic and copy what you see others do. Now, there's a point in time when you're doing stuff you shouldn't be doing, but you don't have that guilt with it yet. You don't know the weight of it. But you, as the old folks say, you keep living. Now all of a sudden, okay, I'm doing it. I know the weight. I know the impact. Should I? Shouldn't I? So that's another interesting thing. So like literally in the movie, you can almost see that, because the girl goes from, all right, doing one thing to now she getting in car accidents because of this.
Mhm.
Like straight up, the parents like, yo, we gotta. No, and to which I forgot. I don't know if it was Erica or Janika. Said, yo, parents, y'all need to get smacked because now you're like, you know what? You need to stay with us for a while. Yeah, I wonder why. Stop hiding all them letters.
Mhm.
The stuff is like the weight is just like so heavy on her. Like she
Mhm.
can't even be behind the wheels, almost like she's drunk. Is she impaired? You know, so I was like, wow, this is
She started flashing back of what happened
Happened.
long
That's
ago
No.
without somebody telling her. It came to her when she got older.
that's a good
Isn't
point.
that amazing?
and she
It's
kept
like something's
saying that
missing.
She saw,
Right.
She kept saying that she's seen like this woman. This
Right.
like,
Yes.
She couldn't see her face, and she didn't even know who the woman was.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Right.
so much, and the reason why she would have the bad, you know why she would have those bad dreams and those bad flashes is because of the trauma of the gunshot. When she basically shot the gun off, the impact that it took on her brain and her ear and all of that stuff. So it was just like, yo, that impact itself, that impact alone was a lot for her.
Yeah, like I said, that's think about it. When a child does an adult thing, a heavy thing, initially, like I said, they're shielded because they're a child. They can't all of a sudden think it through like an adult. But if they grow up to become an adult,
Yeah.
as they say, the chickens come home to roost. So there's some type of like consequences and things you have to deal with, the fallout.
Yeah.
It causes a lot of psychological damage when you go through trauma like that and nobody says anything. Everybody want to be quiet. Shh, don't give the detail. That still has an impact, regardless of whether you talk to that child or not. Somehow that has affected their way of being. When they get older, they'll start, and you wonder why, oh, this child, what's wrong? They just a bad seed. A lot of times things happen earlier in life that weren't worked on and they didn't go to therapy and stuff like that. So when they get older, now they start to act out and folks want to know why their behavior has changed drastically. They came up from a good home. Their parents, raised them right, and stuff like that. They had a good home, clothes on their back, food, all that stuff like that. And then they want to know why they jumped from being in that environment. Now they in and out of jail, or they rob and store, and that's because something happened in their childhood that was not addressed.
Yeah.
Most likely people want to hide the secrets. They want to keep the skeletons in the closet. Shh, don't tell nobody. Whatever is done in the family stays and was done in the home stays in the home. Nobody wants to say anything. And at the same time, you just ruining your child. The child need help. You need to get the child some help. Forget about, trying to let all this stuff out. You don't want to let the skeletons out. They coming out. Whether you want them to come out or not.
They're gonna come out one way or another.
Yeah, they coming out. It don't matter.
Something's going to trigger
a
child, whether or not you, guess what? Because past experience as children, they grow up to be issues as adults.
Yeah.
So, it's eventually it will come out. You understand what I'm saying? Because you have these triggers. See, triggers are something that we can't get rid of.
Right.
We all got something that we triggered by because we've all been in a position of going through something. It doesn't matter what it may be, but the reality is that there is a trigger somewhere, and the trigger has to be managed. But you can't manage anything that you don't recognize that that's what it is. How do we manage that? Like, you understand what I'm saying? How do you manage that mental and emotional if you don't recognize that you actually have a mental and emotional issue that needs to be addressed? That's where that comes, that brushing it underneath for the rug type thing, and let's push it to the side, and it's not that, it's nothing wrong, you understand what I'm saying? And people don't understand it's not,
especially if you don't know exactly what went down. So with her, that was the thing. So you're, like you said, that's a good point. You're wrestling with a trigger that you don't even realize is a trigger, because it's like this untamed thing that comes around sometimes, and you don't know why. Whereas if you got the information, you like, listen, I don't wrestle with this, so I know what the deal is. But yeah, what happens when you, in a sense, you're like wrestling like an invisible enemy, because you're like, why is this happening? Like, I would be better off if I knew what was going on exactly. So then when it, like you said, when I'm triggered, oh, you know what, this is because you know, I went over their house and they went and talked about this particular thing again. I didn't want to talk about it, so I know. But imagine going to somebody's house and they enter into that conversation, you always get triggered and you don't know why. What you said, oh, because something had transpired that you were not, that they didn't make you aware of,
Yeah,
you know, concerning you.
that's right.
Yeah, that's really really weighty. I think now another interesting point too, the guy, man, I can't think of his name, he's a good actor too, the guy that was a convict too, that was working at the plant.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Now he was moving
Oh, that
afraid.
dude. Oh.
Yeah, yo, that's my man though. Every movie, whenever I see him in something, like, it's going to be intense, but he was moving off of fear because of his experience. So how they were getting a bond, but soon as think about it, he found out that she was what he is.
Exactly.
No.
And then he went to doing this, telling on her.
Oh my gosh, because this is the thing. She was vulnerable and chose to tell him her story.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then now we know his reaction
Why?
led to the fact that even as convicts, they both couldn't communicate. But you go back to the job and tell somebody?
But
Ugh.
I just
Janika,
had
maybe
to
that
talk
was
to somebody. Why?
maybe
You
that
wanna
was-
talk to somebody else?
maybe that was his trigger. Like it caused fear, so he got to protect himself.
But
And see,
you don't
sometimes-
go back
But
to
then
the
he said
job.
that,
No,
though. He said
that's-
that because he didn't want them to find out. I think he was afraid that they would have found out any
was
other way,
afraid.
so he did.
Yes.
That's what it was.
right.
So he
No,
was
he
scared.
told a friend. He
No.
said I needed to confide in somebody. He told a friend, and the friend told the people at the job.
But like you said, his action after that was he isolated from her,
Yes.
Yeah.
and that was
I did all that. Because all of that made me not like the dude. But the whole
Mm.
point was she was vulnerable. And
Mhm.
then his reaction, oh my gosh, that was
Yeah.
deep.
And that's true. I thought, I mean, and he seemed like he liked her. He took to her right away and was doing stuff with
he
her.
did, but
And
then
then
he
he
didn't
went and
handle
ran
that.
his mouth.
He didn't
Man,
handle that situation right.
keep your raggedy coat here.
That's right. When you say Janika, keep your little raggedy stuff. Don't nobody want it.
Hold on, wait. They was planting flowers together and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I got you a coat. This might be a
Because I
little
thought
coat
you might
tonight.
need this.
He done went
And
and
here go some donuts. Some donuts. I thought you might be hungry.
Right, a whole thing of donuts. I'm like, what is she, a lumberjack?
Exactly.
Well, like 24
But then
dozen.
he went and he did this. I'm like, that's another good point. I completely forgot about that part.
So
Yeah.
you know what? He also said it was out of fear.
Yeah, he
Well,
did say that.
Well, you know what? You know what that says too? He did not, he hasn't forgiven himself,
Yeah.
because he saw himself when she revealed that. He was like, oh man, I wish you didn't, or you know, it was almost like he was ashamed of her. But it was like-
because she was technically a cop killer.
Right,
So
Right.
he said, he's like, I wish you wouldn't have told me that.
right.
He already
So
said it.
listen, the shame, that's what I said, the shame
So
he
his
had.
affection was conditional. His affection wasn't unconditional. It was conditional.
Yeah.
Wow. That's deep. Never even thought about it. That's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was conditional.
Wow.
That's what, right. No, and listen, that means he, even himself, he only looks at himself conditionally too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it. He got to look like,
Because people tend to treat you like they treat themselves.
No.
Right.
And
And
you
they think
know,
about you like they think about themselves. Yeah, that's true.
Mm.
right,
that's
Yeah.
correct. That's correct.
right.
So were we satisfied with the end?
I wish they had because you have to assume that the girl knows that's her sister.
She knew when she saw her, everything, it was like when she saw her, everything
Right.
came back to her.
I
Wait,
got that, but you had to assume it though. That's what I'm saying.
this
That's
is
all.
my question about that with the whole, because like you said, it really leaves us to interpretation. So one of my questions in that moment was, okay, did her sister already tell her who that was and what happened, or did she already recognize? Because she's over there with her parents and her
yeah.
sister. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
okay, did she get, and they on purpose obviously don't let us know which way. So when they approach each other, now we're sitting there like, oh, this is the, you assume this is the woman that's been in my dreams. I've been thinking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Or did they say, hey, got something got to tell you? Now, I don't know. It's
I don't believe that she actually knew who.
but you just say you thought she knew.
At the end, she did. At the
No, what I'm saying is that I don't believe that they told her. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even believe the other sister, the younger one, even told her. That's why the guy kidnapped her and thought that that was.
No, she didn't have a chance to talk to her sister yet, because her sister
no,
went and
she
did
never
the
talked to her.
yeah,
She didn't talk
went and
to her
did the,
yet. She was planning on doing it, and then she got
Yeah.
kidnapped.
yeah.
Right. We talking about at the end at the ambulance, Ching, because the
right.
mom and dad.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Right, and-
So you saying that
It's-
maybe the mom and dad told her that was her sister?
We don't know.
We don't
Well, 'cause
know. That's what I'm
Because
saying.
guess what?
So
You
it
didn't
is.
see her black. Like if you saw her black out on her dad, you would know like, oh, she done told him about the letters that he didn't get and all that. None of that.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah.
Listen, and I'm finding this very interesting. Sandra Bullock now, she keeps being in these movies where at the end there's something to do with a letter, and I finally see you at the end. Lake House. I'm talking to you, Lake House.
I love Lake House. I love Lake
Yo,
House.
Lake House was the
She
joint.
don't play in jump.
Yes.
Yo, when
My
I
girl
saw
is
Lake
on it.
House, I was tripping. I was like,
I
how are they?
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Where's this at? Where's Lake House?
That's a
Latrice,
good
you never saw
movie.
Lake House?
You never saw
You
Lake
never
House?
saw it?
No, you have to see Lake House.
That's with
oh.
that's Keanu Reeves, right?
Yo,
Yeah.
yes.
That's
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Is that
Jimmy,
an
you-
older movie?
Who?
Is it an older movie?
Yeah.
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 It
pretty
came
much,
out like
yeah.
in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think early 2000s, yeah.
And I
This
already said
never
I saw it
happened
already.
before.
He ain't singing, okay.
I'm singing one of the songs off the soundtrack. I remember that because that thing like
Yo, that's it, Chingy. You will really like the
You
Lake
like
House.
that. It's a nice movie.
Yeah, I might have
yeah.
to see it again. That's all. Because
So
I
this is like so
remember it.
Unforgivable is like Lake House X.
It's a Lake House X.
That's what it is. Lake House X.
You know she playing them deep movies that make you think.
Yeah,
She
that's
don't-
what
she
I
don't
said.
play
Come
in
on.
jump. She don't play in jump.
No,
Sandra Bullock is really good. She's a
she's like,
She
give me
really
Bird
is
Box.
good.
Give me Bird Box, okay?
She
No, you know
really
what?
is good.
I don't know what that was. Okay, now I have seen Bird Box. I have no idea what that is.
Bird
I didn't
Box
know
was
what
too. It was
Bird
too
Box
deep
was.
for me. I mean, it was good.
Because of people's comments on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Listen,
Bird
and
Box
half those
was
people don't
weird.
even watch.
It was
They don't
deep
even
though.
watch a movie. They just follow what they heard somebody else say.
They
Like,
heard
yo,
somebody
come
else
on, man,
say.
don't be a cornball. Watch the movie. Then if you don't like it, okay, but
Don't
watch
be
the
a-
movie at
Yeah,
least.
exactly. Don't be a popcorn.
Yeah, don't be. What you say? Don't be a Pop Tart.
Don't be a popcorn.
I thought you said popcorn. Don't be a popcorn.
Don't
Latrice,
be a kernel now.
don't be a Colonel.
Yeah,
Not
but you
even developed yet. You haven't even developed. You haven't even popped out yet.
but that ending, I do like that they didn't speak. I really like that because
Yeah.
it left us, like you said, so many options to be like, oh, this happened, that
This
happened.
So maybe they'll make a sequel.
Mom, no, they won't.
Well,
Sandra, she deep though. She playing some deep stuff.
There's,
so
no,
this
there's no sequels coming. Okay, it was.
Did she
one
say
and done.
sequel? What you say? Sequel 7?
No, there's no sequels coming. Yeah,
she
Mom.
said sequel.
There's no
Wait, they get the house back in the sequel. They get the house back, but now her great niece might pull the rifle. Like, oh, hold on.
But you know what? When they do them sequels, they just mess stuff up. Just leave it alone.
They do.
They
Yeah.
do.
No.
Yeah, don't
Yes.
mess some classic up. Yeah, this was good.
Man.
You don't need no sequel.
You don't need no sequel.
I'm sick of them sequels of them darn Marvel characters that keep coming.
Hey,
Hey, hey, hey,
Don't mess with the Marvel.
hey.
Don't do
Don't
that.
cross the line on here now.
Don't do
Leave
that.
that
Don't do
alone
that.
now. Leave
Wait,
that
don't
Don't
do
alone.
cross that
Chinky.
line on here.
That long.
Don't do that.
You get into blasphemy
Okay.
zone.
Don't mess with the sequels on the Marvels. Leave that
No.
alone.
Hold on, wait a minute. Don't say nothing about the Marvels. but
That's
say-
right. Don't say nothing about the Marvels.
And recast and recast T'Challa. Don't be playing.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Don't be playing.
No, we can't talk about them. Leave them out of that.
Yeah, lead them.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh, you got three strong Marvel fans up on here. You better stop.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Marvel everywhere. We got them right here on the screen with us.
That's right, man. Just like
Okay.
what in the 70s where they had the Trekkies. So we like the Trekkies are right now.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
Wait a minute.
true. I never even thought of
I wanted
that.
to say the Marvelettes, but we got a guy. I can't say Marvelette.
No, wait, I ain't no Marvelette. I ain't no
I
Marvelette.
know he said I ain't no Marvelette. Okay, we gotta find another name.
A Marvel in the Marvelous.
You know what?
Whatever. I'm glad y'all watched that crazy stuff.
Love it.
All
You
right,
got to. I love it. I love it.
so listen, we got to the bottom of Unforgivable. Oh my goodness. Let's get to the bottom of Tall Man.
Bam.
Oh. Oh.
Is about, yo, it was deep, it was creep,
She said it was creep.
creepy.
It was
and
creep. It was creep.
suspenseful. Look, it was
I never
everything.
Understood the end of that.
You didn't
What?
understand it?
No.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, it was very clear, boo boo.
What was so clear about it?
That what she really did. Her and her husband basically created an underground railroad to get the poor kids out of poor and into wealthy families. That's what they really did.
Yes. Yes.
I'm calling it underground railroad, but they basically funneled the kids out of town and put them into wealthy families so they can have a better chance at a better life.
Mhm.
They
Or
didn't
else
kill
they'd have-
anybody.
Or else they'd have been stuck in that little dumb town.
And that
And
dumb poor.
getting pregnant left and right and never doing anything with their lives.
But
Yes.
Erica asked a good question. Was that it was
Was that right?
Oh no, that was dead wrong.
So if we were put in a position like that, would we just be this is crazy because
No, go back to help Aunt Sissy. Auntie, do you understand, boo boo? The
I
Lord,
You know what?
huh?
I didn't see. I kept wondering, where were the kids?
Right. Did you watch the ending, baby?
She said, did you watch the
I don't
end,
think Aunt Sissy watched the ending. She was multitasking.
no.
thought that the ending was
No, she stopped when they took little David and went behind that
No.
door. You didn't know what happened. That's what, I'm done. I'm done. That's the last child.
I thought David was really hers.
me
Yeah, but he wasn't. No, David wasn't. No.
Oh, he wasn't.
too.
They stole him.
I did
Yeah.
not know that David was not hers until
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute, Latrice. You know, I mean, you're saying in the beginning, right?
In
Yes,
the beginning,
yes.
he didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me tell you when I knew something was up, y'all, but I couldn't figure out what it was. It was his body language, how he kept going with the person in the cloak. 'Cause even on top of the truck, when he's just standing there and
Yeah.
the person in the cape walks toward him, he doesn't shout, he's not cowering, and then he reaches his arms up.
he goes with the person.
I was like, what the devil?
I was like, oh my God, he just went with that person.
No,
They about
wait a
to
minute.
Yeah, he went willingly, but I still didn't understand it. But Auntie,
To that.
huh? I was gonna say, Auntie, in the beginning of the movie, we don't know who the narrator is until the end, and it was Jenny, the one that had the speech issue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Wait a
and
minute,
Why
so we
did she have
know
to
it
speak?
because she could talk. She just didn't.
Well, what
Right,
happened? What
exactly,
happened
that's
to
why I said
her?
speech issue.
She had
What?
speech issues because it was never addressed. She was going through so much at her house.
Oh, so she
Right.
didn't learn how to talk
So,
until she got
because
to that other family.
Yes. She
But
didn't
at the end,
she got out of that situation.
But
And
was that
at the-
her sister?
huh?
Was that, I thought that was her sister.
Her,
Mm.
no,
No, Auntie, watch the movie again, boo boo, and don't be multitasking. You gotta watch the movie again.
I'll be back in
See,
20
no,
minutes. You
y'all
can't
don't
miss it.
know Aunt Sissy. When she be watching movies, then she talks out loud, asks questions out loud. So you gotta watch it again, Puddin'. You gotta watch it again.
He said pudding. Okay.
Well,
draws. Listen, in the movie, she draws everything. She was drawing everything in the movie, but she was the narrator. So
Right. But we don't know she's the narrator till the end.
and to
What
the
other
end.
movie did she play in? Did she play in something like this?
Mom, what does that have to do with this movie we're talking
She
about?
did. That little girl did play, and she played
did.
something scary last time.
I'm
I
trying.
saw
It was bothering me too. What movie she
39.
played in.
Yeah. What's her face? 39. When she was that adopted child who was evil.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's what she played.
She played an adopted child that was actually a demon.
Right, she was evil.
She's a
Oh,
demon.
I don't watch them kind of movies.
I will never watch that again.
No, I don't watch them kind of movies. Mm-mm.
I didn't know it was that until I saw it, and I said, "Well, what kind of stuff is going on?" I cut it right off.
well, wait, to what Janika said, for me, right, things got weird when you got when she got to the building and she finally caught up to David. And my thinking was like, why is he so Joe? First of all, I thought maybe she's having she's dreaming or something. Because while
That's
the
what I was
boy's standing
thinking.
there and then he's moving away, I'm like, this doesn't make sense to
I
me.
thought so too, yo.
But then when it realized it wasn't, now I'm like, oh, now y'all got me. Now I got to figure out what y'all doing. Because up until that point, I thought I had a grip on things. Because see, I'm gonna tell y'all this. At one point in this movie, I thought, because see, I had a lot of questions about the townspeople. I still do. I thought they were doing child sacrifice at one point.
Yes.
And I said, wait a
Listen,
minute.
I thought they were sacrificing the kids. And I thought
Let me-
I
that
did think that.
when she came in there, after she was all beat up and everything like that, and they was all sitting in the everybody was sitting inside of the diner. I'm like, wait a minute, why are these people in here? They all in the diner together. Why are they
But see-
at the diner at 2 or 3
but-
o'clock in the morning?
But see, they messed you up because I thought that, but then I'm like, wait a minute. They know something suspicious about. So I was saying, wait a minute, who's the bad guy here? I was really trying to.
That's what happened in them little towns when they ain't got nothing else to do. They just sit in the diner.
Yes, they can sit around. the diner.
that's true.
You gonna go home? Not yet.
Listen, I was thinking that maybe they was about to sacrifice the little boy, and the little boy belonged to the
But
nurse.
she did
I
have,
did.
when
I
she had all
saw
them
that
candles
they
and
were
stuff.
behind the
She
kids.
sitting there in the back.
She got
Yeah.
out and she ran, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Now what?
Yeah,
is
I thought the town was behind it too, but then
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Well, wait. All right. Well, let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this, because now after seeing the movie and seeing everything that transpired, when I went back and looked a little bit, so my question, the people were obviously, in the beginning of the movie, when the girl was pregnant and they brought her to Jenny,
mhm.
right? And the older sister, after she gave birth, she sent her off.
Right.
I'm thinking in my head, like, wait a minute, are you suspicious of Jenny? Right? Because she said, why'd you send her off? And that was weird. And remember the
Well,
dude.
she had to send her off because the boyfriend slept with her
Janika.
daughter and got her pregnant.
Right. But
Oh, that's
check this
right,
out,
that's
Janika.
right.
But check this out. When she goes back to the house, the boyfriend is chill
Yeah.
and the baby's not there. He's like, oh, what are you here for? Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, how come you not going crazy and almost wanting to kill her because, you know, you see what I'm saying? So I'm like, how long were the people suspicious of perhaps Jenny is behind this?
They ain't have
Okay.
a clue.
They had
ain't-
not
ain't
no
know.
clue.
They ain't
had
have no clue.
They had no clue until,
They had
Until
no
that
clue.
lady, until
that
David's mom went to the diner.
went to the diner and
And
told
she was
them.
sitting outside looking crazy.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
she had the nerve to offer her some
Offer her
coffee.
coffee.
Yes, she done took her child and offered her some coffee.
And you knew that child was up in your house and you had that midwife up in there.
Mhm.
Well, she said, didn't she say there too, like, oh, and you had to bring me that coffee, almost like I know what you know, or you know what I know, or
Well,
whatever.
I still don't, but why did the girl Christina commit suicide? That threw me off.
Because she was going
Well-
to get killed anyway.
Who was
Wow.
Her.
No, she was going to go to jail. But
And then she was going to get the death penalty because none of them, she wasn't going to tell them the truth. She wasn't going to tell them because this is an organization all around the world.
Yeah.
no, but you know what this else? But guess what? The problem with that is what's the name didn't hang herself, and she still didn't tell him.
But she going
That she sure didn't. She sure
Right,
didn't.
but either way, jail or hanging. This is what I thought. This is the thread I pulled out of this. Y'all can tell me what y'all think with that, because especially with the girl hanging herself. Now, Jenny and her husband, who obviously is alive, they are an extension of each other, right? They're basically moving as one. Now,
Yeah.
when you don't operate as one, there's death. Now, I'll say that from the standpoint, if we, for instance, Adam and Eve got in trouble. Why? Because they didn't move as one.
Right.
They did their own thing. And by doing their own thing, guess what they invited? Now death has entered the world. So when I saw her hanging, that's what I thought to myself. Even though Jenny and her husband is twisted, they are unified. You were unified, but as soon as you broke ranks, death came upon you. Now, the husband ain't dying because he's still rescuing kids. The wife ain't dying because she just gonna be rotting in jail. So they're still unified. But the person who was not unified now suffers the consequence of that. So I thought that was an interesting thread too, about them working as one.
working as a
Like,
team.
yeah, he is me and I am, it was just like, yo, this is crazy.
They were one. Yep, they were
Yeah,
working.
they
They had
were
the
rocking
same
as one,
goals.
yeah.
They were. Yep, they were working as one.
Because she did not break. That's what was kind of, I was going back and forth too, because she would not break. So I'm saying, wait a minute. But she's like, this the mission. This is the mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
All the
is
way
the
to the
interesting
end.
mission.
All the way to the end. And see, and child killers, the people in jail, they got their own code for child killers. So he
Yes.
ain't gonna last long in jail. I can tell you that.
But I got a question for y'all.
You gonna tear her
Is
up?
there anything in the Bible that's similar to that kind of story?
But she didn't kill her. She didn't kill the kid.
No, but they think,
No,
but
but
what
he-
Janika said, they
everyone-
think they killed her.
Because she told the mom, when the mom asked her, did she kill the kids? This woman gonna say, yeah.
She told him, yeah.
What she said, she gave him the tall man, which I guess
No, no,
i.e.
boo boo. When the lady comes there and talks to her through the glass,
Yeah.
she actually
Oh.
asked her, did you kill the kids? She
Oh.
said, yeah.
she
Yeah,
told him,
no, so yeah, but right. And that, like I said, that's in service of protecting the mission.
And the organization, y'all.
She lied.
It's an
So
She lied,
it's an
yeah.
organization all around the world. The guy said that they are places everywhere around the world.
No,
Yeah, he did say that.
now to what Erica's question. Now, this isn't directly a correlation, but this is what it reminds me of when in Egypt, they were supposed to kill the firstborn, and the midwives kept saying, these women, the Israelite women, they're so I don't know the word, but they're giving birth before we can get there, basically.
Yeah.
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 So in terms of deception, that's something I'm thinking of, because Think about it. In this story, the kids aren't getting killed, but there's deception at play. So you think they're killed or you think they're dead, especially off of the word. She done admitted, but now they can't find no bones or nothing like that. But what about, okay,
But also now they were the firstborn was supposed to be killed. That order was given by who?
Pharaoh.
Now Pharaoh gave that order. Is there anybody, is there a story similar to this one where the order was given by God where it was okay for children or people to be taken with his permission? Is there something similar where he gave that order? I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm just curious.
Oh, were you saying
Where
God said
gives the
kill
order and
kids?
says,
God said kill kids?
I need you to get I need you to take these children out of here for safety reasons or whatever. Is there any story where God gave the order to do something like that?
The only order like that was when the night when Joseph had the dream and they fled because what's his name gave the decree to kill all kids 2 years old and under.
Mhm.
Mm,
That's the one that comes to mind, but it's not quite the same.
No.
okay.
No, and then
Mm-mm.
even when Jesus was born, Herod, same thing, like, yo, they just trying to wipe out babies. So the parents was out, like let's
Yeah, that's the
relocate
dream.
because
They got the dream to get out of there, and
yeah.
he gave the decree because
So there
What
is a
about-
running theme in the scripture of people wanting to take out, because if you take out especially the male firstborn, you're taking out lines, you're taking out lineage, you're taking out somebody's whole existence. So that's a running theme, but it's interesting how in most of those there's rescues.
Mhm.
What
which-
about Abraham and Isaac?
Oh. Hmm.
The ram
Oh,
in the bush?
you mean with what's then getting booted out the camp?
God gave Abraham a command to take his son up to be sacrificed, right?
Yes,
Right,
yes, yeah.
right,
Oh.
right.
But he had a ram in the bush. She just wanted to check on his faithfulness.
Right.
Right.
Oh, okay. I forgot about that. Okay.
Right,
Okay.
right.
I was
the,
just
the
wondering.
only other story to protect the firstborn was when they had to put the lamb's blood over the doorpost when the death
Yeah.
flag,
Okay, so
came.
God, yeah, he did get that order. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I was just wondering because I mean, you never know. Some people may get this inkling where they say, this is my calling from God is to deliver these children out of, this town, or
horrors of
bondage or
poverty.
whatever have you, and give them a better life because they're not going to have one if
I
they
mean,
stay here.
listen, if
So
you're
you'd
not
be surprised.
if you're not killing kids, I would almost say that's a legit argument. A lot of people probably won't be like happy that you took their child, but if you legitimately like, oh, wait a minute, they're where? Yeah, they're safe and secure, and they're on the other side of the
They're on the other side of the town.
Well,
well, let me ask you to that question or to that situation. I wrote this down somewhere too. I thought about this too. Now we have a big issue, obviously, globally, just with human trafficking.
Mhm.
Yes.
I wonder within that, are there situations where you have missing children when this things that's been happening in this movie, that's actually what's been happening. I
well,
wonder.
Oh, I see what you
That's
See
mean.
what I'm saying?
So they're not being sold as sex slaves.
Right.
but
Now,
people
a lot are, but
taking them.
what if there's this group that's not because they feel, like you said, you can argue you shouldn't have did that, but they're arguing, listen, I'm getting them out of, like Jenny was saying, I'm getting them out of a cycle of where they're at. They're not
I
gonna
don't
get
know
anywhere.
if you know that this very thing was happening in China.
Where they
Oh,
were
really?
sacrificing the
This
children.
was happening in China.
Yeah.
They were, if you were not have, if it was, it was a form of genocide with getting rid of the little girls. they were getting rid of the baby girls. If you did not have a baby girl, you're pregnant and you did not have a girl, or if you had a girl, they were killing the little girls.
Oh,
And
wow.
I
Oh,
know
killing them. Oh, I thought you
know
meant.
that for a fact because it was population control over there, and they
Right.
wanted more of the men. Right, they wanted the men for the military or whatever. And I know because one of my fellow teachers ended up adopting one of the girls, a baby girl from China, to protect.
Right, but that's similar to the movie over in
Right.
China. They had different people taking up
Right.
the call to
Taking up the
smuggle them
call.
kids out, the girl
Right.
baby
So-
out. Because
Yeah.
back then the males would carry the line, the
Right.
family bloodline. And so
Right.
they could only have, I thought it was it 1 or 2? They had put a limit on how many kids they
had
could
put
have.
That's right.
It was
It was-
2, and
it
they
was
only
2.
wanted it to be boys at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
If you had a boy.
Well, they
and
had to
girl-
have select a few select women because you need to actually have
Yeah,
more.
But
yeah.
no,
Right,
if you had
right.
you could have 2 kids. If it was a boy and a girl, you couldn't have any other children. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
But they weren't going to have 2 girls. Somebody was either getting
couldn't have
killed
more
or
than one
smuggled
girl.
out to adopt the
Right.
family.
Yeah.
Right. So that goes back to what you said too. So somebody would say they shouldn't have smuggled them out. Well, listen, you hear the situation of genocide. I think this is just my opinion. If someone was doing that work, I don't have no issue with that.
Neither do I.
If they took them from the parents. Well, in that situation, they weren't going to be with the parents long anyway, right? According to their law. So there are situations where, and people have these conversations. I have to break the law for the greater good. So what does that look like sometimes? And so in this movie, that's a big thing to look at. Like I'm like, okay, you do have a point, but okay. And it's like I said, it made me think how much of this is going on now. Like you said, China's that's a totally different. I can see why that would happen, but I'm wondering here too, when this is happening, when, like you said, some of these kids are missing.
Yeah, why are they? That makes me
Right.
wonder,
Why are they missing?
why are these kids being trafficked to foreign countries?
Well, see, all right, that's a different thing. I'm not talking about. You're talking about like sex trafficking, right?
Yeah, that's the whole
Yeah, I'm not
thing.
talking about that. I'm talking about you just I guess you got a righteous bone in your head, and you like, listen, I'm taking them out the hood. But check this out. Young enough to where they can not really have to think about what they lost. Like that's why it's funny. The transition in the movie was apparently you take the kid, you bring him to this house where Jenny, and you teach them, I guess, until they get to a certain plateau. Okay, now you're ready for Tall Man to take you.
Yeah.
See how she was teaching them
But she
things?
said she
She
took
was
care of
teaching them, yeah.
Right. So you now the wild card. Now, remember, okay, in the beginning, Jenny said, I saw him.
Jenny is the narrator. That's the girl that couldn't speak.
Right. But I'm saying when she drew in the beginning of the movie, when she drew
Right.
the picture and said, I saw him. My
Yeah.
question
Right.
is,
Saw the
did
tall
she
man.
see Jenny's husband, or she just saying she just saw the figure?
No, she saw the whole operation. That's why she said, I want him to take me too.
But I don't think she knew who it was.
No, I'm
though.
saying in the beginning, right?
She
in
didn't
the
know who it
yeah.
was. She just saw a tall man. She didn't know
Right.
it was that woman's husband. She didn't know it was him.
No, not that she knew it was his husband, but she knew
She knew what was going on.
yeah, because the other lady's name isn't Jenny. Jenny was watching. That's when she runs in the house, the one that kidnapped the kids.
I mean, not Jenny, Dr. What's her name?
Yeah, whatever that. Yep, the
Dr.
doc.
Seventh Heaven.
Right. So you funny. So when she runs in the house, she says to Christine, Jenny must have been watching us. We must have got sloppy.
Right,
Because
right.
Jenny
Yeah.
was writing on that notebook like,
All the
please,
time.
let
Yeah,
him take me too.
And take me, shoot. Take
Right.
me.
right.
Because think about it,
Going
it's,
at the
it was
last
only a matter of time before Jenny got older before that man started sexually
Absolutely.
assaulting her.
Absolutely. And that's why if you look at that little town, that was a dead town. There was nothing in that town going on, nothing worth anything. All the children were doing was growing up poor, getting pregnant, and the
Yeah.
process was repeating
But-
itself over and over and over again. Nothing was going on, nothing different.
Which is what the doc says to the mother when they went at the jail. But go ahead, Trey.
Well, I say that's why it brings up that good ethical point. Even if that is the case, where's the line where I'm like, okay, I'm justified in taking a child from the parent, even though
Yeah.
even if it's like, oh man, this is generational poverty.
Yeah.
And it's funny, the past couple of weeks in Bible study, we've been talking about that because we were talking about justice and perversion of justice. And one of the interesting things was, it was one of the laws was we were, don't show, okay, yeah, don't basically kick the poor while they're down, but simultaneously don't take their side just because they're poor.
Yeah.
Like what's the case? What's the case that's before us? And then we must judge according to the case. So in that situation, in this town where everybody's doing everything, upside down. Now, in a situation where the guy probably potentially going to molest, or probably already had, okay, gotta go. She got, we gotta pull her out. But say the same situation, you just don't like the guy, he's a jerk, and he's a nobody, this and that. Then it's just like, well, man, am I in my rights? Is this right? Am I perverting justice or am I upholding justice? But Jenny, well, this is my question then, y'all. Why, if the doctor has such a big heart, well, you only got heart for little kids because she knows what's going on with Jenny. So why didn't you just from the door, like, okay, I got you? But matter of fact, she made it hard and she tried to scare her. Listen, you don't want him to come the wrong way. He don't even do that. So why are you saying that? That's why I didn't get to, like, you trying to.
Jenny, stop it. You don't want him to do that.
Right.
Like, yes, I do. I want
And
out.
Jenny's like, I already know y'all putting people up in mansions. Can
That
I
was
go?
scary, Latrice. You just scared me right there.
You don't want him to do that.
Yeah, because you did that too well. You did it too well.
Jenny, don't you do that.
But yeah, so I was like, yo, what? So yeah, was there, obviously there was a cutoff age.
Yeah,
Yes.
They too big.
Mhm.
They too big, you know.
And
they
that's
wasn't
why
gonna take.
Jenny-
They wasn't gonna take her because
But
she
that's
was.
why
she
Jenny
just-
couldn't. That's why Jenny was not supposed to go because
Yeah.
she was too old. But
Mhm.
kind of find out when she got taken. Do you know? Even her when she was out there, she was talking about. She was like thinking about going back sometimes.
Mhm.
She was like,
I
I
would-
thought
Because
about
you're
going-
old enough to where your attachments are what they are.
Right,
Listen,
right. Because she
even if you
misses her
grow up in
mom.
a jacked up situation, like it
Yeah.
used to be a old Spanish song I listened to, and it used to say, what you're accustomed to is stronger than love.
in love.
So
Yeah.
love could actually come along, but you like, I'm used to this.
Right. That's
and
true.
the force of power of this is stronger than someone.
Attachment.
'Cause think about it, someone actually genuinely caring for you. You like, what's that? You like it, but at the same time, you like, I got 40 years of this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to this.
Miss you, Sandy.
Did she just break out in song?
Yeah.
Anita Baker.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Latrice. Go ahead.
No. Okay, so were we satisfied with the ending?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
we know
It
the
answered
motive.
all our questions. I'm glad it didn't do a cliffhanger. That would have annoyed me.
She said with a noise.
Well, no, wait a minute. I do have a
can't
question.
stand
I
them.
do have a question in the middle of it with the sheriff. Okay, he was saying, oh no, they were trying to radio him in, and he was ignoring people because he had to get to the plant or whatever. And the
Yeah.
guy said, Dodd is chasing our guy. And Dodd was the detective.
Right.
So my question is, who is the guy that Dodd has the beat on?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right, because I'm like, that was weird to me. I'm like, wait a minute, they can't be talking about the doctor.
This is after, right? She's in jail.
No, this
No,
is
she
before.
wasn't even in jail. This was when she got beat up and
This is right. Okay, I'll tell you when this is. This is when she goes to the restaurant and everybody's there.
yeah.
And then she leaves and they're like, oh, we gotta get her. And then he's telling the sheriff, go to the wherever. And obviously that was the place where the woman was keeping her son David.
Mhm.
But on his way there, people keep hitting him up on the radio. And he's like, oh man, I got these parents of missing kids on my back. And somebody's like, Sheriff, Dodd is chasing our guy. And I'm like, wait a minute. Who was that? Who's the guy?
Who was they chasing?
That's a good question.
They said go to the they was like go to the woods. They were trying to kill her.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Get to the woods.
and what is the other question? Why didn't they see? This is the weird thing. Your kids are missing. So why do you not want, maybe this is just a small town mentality, but why don't you want reinforcements and them come in to help?
To help.
Like
Remember
you
they was like really.
But you know what? They probably had so much mess going on up in there. They ain't want the authorities to find
Erica,
out.
that goes back to my thing. The townspeople is suspect on some other stuff. Maybe they
Yeah,
touched the
yeah.
movie.
They
I'm like, hold on, y'all want some?
But you know what's crazy? This reminded me of another movie that I saw. I don't even know the name of it, but it was about a town who was in connection with kids going missing, except for this one. Yes, the children ended up, they were in like this matter of fact, no, the kids didn't die. They had these kids working like they were on a plantation out in this woods.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's another movie just like this.
I'm gonna look it up.
Except for I found out that it was the police department that was a part of it. It was the government that was a part of it. It was so deep that you would have never suspected that's who was a part of it.
Children of the Corn?
No, he did say Children of the Corn movie.
Children of the Corn. Helena, did you want to say something? I know that we keep talking. I know you don't.
Oh, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
How do you like
I
it?
watched it the next day. It was good. Me and my daughter watched it. She had some of the same questions, like, well, why is the little boy just leaving with the lady like this? And I had already watched it before she did, so I didn't want to give it away. But I kind of figured when the lady tried to offer her the coffee, I was like, something's not right with the doctor.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had no
Wow,
clue
that's-
what was going on. I was clueless on the whole movie. I had no idea.
Yo, no, that's a good point. I only paid attention to that the second time. The first time, no. But now that I knew what was going on, I was paying attention to the doctor's actions.
doctor's actions.
So
yeah.
when she gets to what Helena said, when she gets to the restaurant or whatever, she looking around almost like, all right, ain't they watching me? What are they doing? So yeah, it was weird. I didn't pick up on it on the first
Yeah.
round. Definitely not.
It was definitely weird.
Yeah, that's why it was kind of weird especially when she went out to offer her the coffee and nobody else went out to offer her anything. So I'm like, well, why would she be the only one? Because usually people, if nobody else is doing anything, I'm not gonna do it either. So,
Well, you think
Gonna
that was
take the woman child, they gonna offer some coffee. That was,
you think that was
Yeah.
you think that was guilt?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it
think it was
was.
guilt. Yeah, it was guilt.
It was.
Yeah.
She knew
Yeah,
she
that's
hated
exactly
her
what it was.
son.
Well, maybe that's a flag that your campaign wasn't righteous.
Mm.
See,
Yeah.
if you say, man, we doing this to help the kids, why did you feel a need?
To have that guilt.
Yeah.
But let me tell you also,
You're right.
y'all point out there's another point. Remember when the little boy was in the house and basically they were all talking, he was getting ready to go to bed, and the girl that was with her, she was telling him he was asking about watching TV again today.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I think she said something about like he'll get over it. You know, he just has to get used to,
Yeah,
you know, he just has to get used to this.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
think
they
to
were
myself,
trying, like you said, they were working in the process of brainwashing him, getting him away. Now,
yeah,
wow, but I'll tell you what, the strength of his mother, because she said it took her an hour, but guess what? She did enough in an hour to be like, boy, work with me.
yes.
And set what's the name up when she came in here. I was like, wow, that that was interesting. She said it took me an hour. I'm like, lady, that's quick. Shoot.
Yes.
I mean, now they don't say how long the child was missing, but
because they were brainwashing him and they were giving him injections.
Yeah, they sure were.
yeah. So listen, so she did some work. She got some power with her because she was like, she must have been praying. Oh, in the name of Jesus. Recognize me, boy. Recognize me.
Did he
You
ever
like
go
your
back
mom?
to his mother?
What'd you say?
Oh, mom, he never went back to his mom. Didn't you see the end of the story?
I'm
No, he
telling
went back-
y'all, Aunt Sissy be multitasking.
Man,
Wait, she said, wait a
Mama got to
minute.
watch it again.
She said, did you watch the movie?
I did watch
No, she didn't watch the ending yet.
She fell
I'm
asleep.
telling
You fall
listen
asleep.
to me.
I
Oh my gosh, y'all, man. I spent
three.
3 weeks with my aunt. She does other stuff, man. She be on the phone. She looking down. She doing all yeah. She boo, watch it.
I do
again.
that after I watch the movie.
My mom did the same thing.
That's what I said. Did
Listen.
you watch the movie? Mom
Because-
just said, did he go back to his mom?
Sister Pat, you're supposed to do that after you watch the movie like 4 times, and if it come on
She'll
again,
answer the
then you
cell
can-
phone when it ring, and the
Okay.
movie's still playing.
I was
Yeah, I
the one who
can't.
told you to watch the movie.
Wow.
Well, oh,
What she say?
She said, I was the one that told you to watch the movie.
And I did watch it. I really
Wait,
did. I
but-
sat down after I got my food and watched that.
well, apparently
Scared
that's
me
all,
to death in the beginning.
Sister Pat. That's all you did. You just told her to watch it. You told you to watch the movie.
Okay, 9:30. Y'all, I'm getting off. Love y'all.
All right.
Love you too.
All right.
Because I got to get up at 5:30.
Wait,
right.
yo. So did wait,
Janika.
Janika, before you get off, did you
Tomorrow. We got ice storm coming.
Wait, Nikki, go ahead. He want to ask you something before you get off. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, did you watch Spider-Man?
What?
The new one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it yet. It didn't come out on my box.
You messing up, man. You messing up.
But I did. I watched the Eternals the
Oh,
other day.
the
I
Eternals.
caught up on. Yeah, I
Okay.
caught up on all of them.
The what?
What's
The
Eternals.
Eternals.
Eternals was the shot.
What
I
Spider-Man you talking about?
I struggled with the Eternals because I felt like they was treating that thingy like he was a god.
Oh,
The
I gotta
thingy
talk.
thingy
Yeah,
that
I gotta
created them.
talk to you, man, because now you sound
You
like
gotta-
Sister Pat.
You gotta send her a side note.
It was bothering me because he created the Eternals, and then the fact that they were using the humans to gain the energy, I was like, man, they playing God. I ain't like that. My Christian side kicked in.
Oh Lord Jesus, can't even watch the movie.
Yeah, we
Lord, Jesus. That ain't real. Jesus ain't in there. Oh Lord. Listen, Jesus wasn't in a tall man.
No, he
No,
wasn't.
he sure wasn't.
He wasn't in
Yeah,
none
there
of
was
those.
no parts of him up in
The
there. No
devil
way.
was.
Listen, wait a minute, Trey. Jesus ain't in none of those shows you
Oh,
watch.
wait a minute. Hold. Wait, I just thought about that. The part of the movie. Okay. The night that the mother takes David.
Yeah.
Okay, she's walking down the stairs. Remember the radio program, the guy that's on? You hear the
Yes.
radio guy? So he says, he says, I had
It
a
was a
man come
sermon
up to me.
playing.
Yeah, and he said, preacher, he said, I take care of my family. I love my friends. He said, okay, well, you could tell the devil that when you go to hell, right? And I was like sitting there, but it had me thinking. Now for us, for Christians, we're like, oh, guess what? Good works don't mean nothing if you don't have faith in Christ. So you got this situation where she's doing this good work, but it really doesn't add up to anything, right?
Yeah.
Because of because
Deception.
what you're doing, because of how you're ripping kids away from their families.
Kidnapping.
So it was
Yeah.
interesting how you were quote unquote doing good things, but what's that that really don't profit you nothing.
It was
So-
a
Yeah. What's the scripture? Oh, the one on Oh gosh, there's a way the one about your seam is right, but
Oh, there's a way to seem right onto
Rough.
them,
Right.
but the
Yeah.
end is
The ways
the
of man,
instruction.
what would you say? The ways of man, something seems right in his own eyes. but
Or
the
having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof.
Yeah.
So you're
that can
doing,
apply.
a lot of people do godly things, but you really like, I ain't really about that. Well, then, okay, you have a form, you look good.
I'm just about robbing people of their children and
Because that is what she did. That is what she did.
She was standing on that strong, man. Listen,
so
Trey, you gotta call me and fill me in. I must have, unless I'm missing something on the Eternals, but it was good. I just don't like how they was playing God. That's all.
but see, but all right, I'm gonna say this real quick thing.
Nikki, this movie you just watched, she was playing God.
Oh, she definitely was.
She was trying to play God. I'm going to take these kids out of this bad situation and put them in a better one.
Yeah,
But-
that's what she was. But she was taking babies. Like,
You know what? Even though she was, I mean, I'm sitting there, and what she was doing was wrong. She had no right to take a child that God had already given to somebody. I get it,
Yeah.
but I can see the reasoning behind it.
yeah,
Right.
me
Yeah.
too.
That's a good argument.
I
It's
can
really
see
a
the
good
reasoning
argument.
behind
That
it.
town, man.
That was a dead place. Them kids were not,
Yeah,
they would have
Yeah.
no life growing up. None. They were always gonna get pregnant and stay in that same town with nobody going nowhere. That was a dead place.
Little
Yeah.
Bobby would still be outside playing by himself while his mom
Yeah.
was in the house getting drunk.
Well, let me say this too.
Yeah.
I'll say this
So
about that.
that stuff happens in places like West Virginia.
Yup.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the place known
Yeah.
for stuff like that.
yeah.
Said, wait a
That's
minute,
called
Mom, that
poor-
stuff like that.
Those are
Stuff
poor,
like
ta-
this happen all around the world.
poor towns.
Well, I was
Yeah,
gonna say
poor
too,
towns, yeah.
sometimes, and see, this is difficult because everybody's not called to this, but some people are called to do things that everybody gonna disagree with.
Yeah.
But you are
That's true.
legitimately
What
called to
about
it.
the Amish?
What about them?
Yeah, what about them?
Well,
What
they're
about what
they have
about
their
what
own
about
town.
they have their own like
Their own
community?
police.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
you know, they're like
what?
they have stuff like that stuff that goes on similar.
Well, I mean, I would imagine maybe a lot of kids are begging to get out of there because they like, my goodness, man,
Right.
I'm tired
But
of
they get
milking.
to- you know that the
But you
Amish.
said, you're not
at
gonna make me
one
get
age-
married at
at
no
a certain
14 years
age-
old. Y'all gonna leave me alone.
No. at a certain age- no,
I'm
at
not marrying no old man at 14 years old. I'm not gonna
Do
do it.
you know? But do you know at 16 they're allowed to leave for a day and do whatever it is that
One
they
day.
want one day. But
What's
they
one
but
day?
listen, but-
Man, it took me more than one day to completely backslide in college.
But they don't.
She
but
said
they have
completely
the
black.
Janika, that's Janika, that's because stuff was
Yeah.
already bubbling, man.
Exactly.
Shut up, Trey.
Yeah, you know, sinner.
Whatever.
I can't.
No, listen, no, that's real talk because see, the Amish kids growing up in the Amish situation is different than us growing up in church situations.
Yeah,
we
because
have-
they really keep them completely
Yes,
sheltered.
They
right.
got their own
Because
community.
we heathens.
Yeah.
Okay, what you said? We come out heathens. We just
And we
just
heathens,
wrong. We
that's
just
why.
wrong.
They
But
heathens
they
too.
don't even have televisions, right?
No, they
No.
don't.
Nikki, we didn't have TVs until, because you know, grandma used to cut those cords. So we didn't have TVs in our bedroom. My kids still don't have.
Oh, you had
television
TV in the house though. I'm like, hold
I
on.
had
you
a
didn't-
TV in my bedroom, Chingy. I had a TV in my bedroom.
Okay, well,
I
I
did.
I
When
did
I-
not. So
When I got
didn't
old
have-
enough to buy one and I put it in my bedroom.
I never had no TV.
Yeah, when you get old enough to buy your own television, because my kids don't got TVs in their bedroom.
No, I had a TV in my bedroom.
I did not. So
No, back in the day, if you had a phone in your bedroom, you did, yeah, you just shot.
I got
I had
my
it.
phone when I was in 6th grade. I had a Peach telephone.
Oh my
oh,
goodness.
she had a
so
wait a minute, she not only
mean-
had a phone, she had a peach one.
Wait a
Listen,
minute.
it was your parents' telephone line, but you had a
No,
phone in your
Grandma
Oh, you
gave
had
me
your
my
own line?
own telephone line.
See, I mean, Janika,
Oh,
that's
she
why I
was
got one
spoiled.
day in college.
She was.
y'all
Yes.
She
bubbled up.
was spoiled.
It was
But
fun.
this is what happened. So let me explain how I got my Peach telephone with my own line. Grandma was always on the phone, either reading the word or praying with people. And I had to get homework done with my classmates.
Good
So
Lord.
I kept busting. So one day I came home, I had my own telephone with my own line.
Wow.
Like, grandma, you praying
Thanks
too
to
much.
your auntie.
Thank you, Aunt Sissy.
That's the story she told.
That's the story she told.
Work done. You always on the phone praying.
Yeah, grandma was always on the phone, man. She was,
And I
if she
need to
wasn't
get my
praying,
work
she was
done.
reading the word.
Yes.
Wait,
Nah.
let me read this next verse for you, baby.
She sure
Like, I'm
did.
tired. I gotta go to sleep. Let me go. Let me loose.
Yo, I like this. We had are we done? You know what I mean?
Yes,
'Cause
yes,
we
yes.
did cover a lot. We covered these two movies. Oh my goodness, that was really deep. Really deep. It was really educating. Also, even with us seeing how they were in like really bad positions and how she felt like she was doing right in the sight of her own eyes, getting them out, but she even took a sacrifice. So we even have to take that in consideration. Like, she knew that she was not saying nothing, but she also knew that she was not going to survive.
She was a woman of her convictions. I will give her that.
Yeah.
I just say in both of the movies, they both took the fall for someone
Mm,
else.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
in the first movie, her little
Mm.
sister is the one that shot
Yeah.
the cop, but she didn't want her
Mhm.
sister. So
Yeah.
she went to jail and everything. It's crazy.
Wow, that's
And
a
the second
good.
one, they both went to
yo.
jail for somebody else.
Yes, yes.
And
Did-
those. Mm.
Go ahead, Trey.
No, I was going to say to Helena's point, right? In both movies, the main character takes the fall, and that's the most powerful thing of the movie. That's what drives the movie. The
Right.
fact
Yeah.
that you the sacrifice, because the sacrifice points to what you value. Oh, I value this. I value it so much that I'll take the fall because the value or what needs to get done is greater than anything I'm gonna do. So with Sandra Bullock, my sister has to live her life. She has a life ahead of her. So that's greater than anything I might have been thinking about planning. And so the same thing with the doctor. Listen, these kids are more important to me than whether or not I'm going to be free or whatever. So we got to keep the mission going.
Yeah.
So just from that standpoint, that's a challenge for us, man. Woo!
That was deep. It was. It is an everyday challenge. You know what I mean?
No greater love than this than a man laid down his life. Woo!
Did any of y'all watch any of the series, The Sinner?
The what?
Oh,
No, that's the same actor.
I
Actress.
know. Y'all
Yo,
got, if
they-
you didn't watch that, I don't know. I think that was the second series. This is 2 or 3 of them. I think it's 3 of them, but she's on the second one. And man, that thing, because that's her, Jessica Biel.
Yeah.
In the beginning, all you see her is that she kills this dude, but you don't know why. But the way it comes out, you like, oh my gosh.
Listen, she's
It's called The
another
Sinner.
one. Or her. Remember, that's the woman from Seventh Heaven, the oldest daughter.
Wow.
Heaven.
Seventh Heaven with the Camdens. I was like, yo, their last name Camden?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that show.
Yeah, back in the day. You remember Janika in high school?
Yeah, no, I didn't watch that then.
You didn't watch TV in high school?
I was a nerd.
Yes, she was.
Nerds watch TV. You wasn't in the
Yeah,
book
but I
all the
didn't
time.
watch.
wasn't in
All
the-
I was watching back then in high school was what was it that came on Thursdays? The Cosby Show, and what came on? Oh,
Different World. Different World.
yeah, Different World. Yup.
And Cheers.
And In Living Color.
He said cheers.
I did like Cheers. Shut up.
No, I did too. I'm not loud. Listen.
I did watch Cheers.
And you're always glad you came.
Dun, 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 dun.
Wherever you everybody is, yeah, whatever. Trouble's
Your
all
name.
same.
Listen, I watch
You wanna
everything.
go where everybody knows you.
Middle
Your
school was Hill
name.
Street Blues. Hill Street
Oh,
Blues
that was the
middle
joint.
school.
Hill Street Blues was the shot too.
Yeah, it was the joint, Hill Street
Dun,
Blues.
dun, dun.
Nobody.
Yeah, yeah.
Y'all are so corny.
Don't get us started on,
I
yeah.
watched Shirley Temple.
So,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
Dan-
remember her when I was a
oh,
kid.
Dancing with the Black Guy Off the Steps. I remember
On
that.
the good ship, lollipop.
She was the first Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, you right.
Pre Drew.
Oh my God.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out. Everyone have a great night.
Good night. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Pray us
Good.
out, Trey.
What? Okay, I'm going to pray that the tall man does not come. All right.
Exactly.
I can't stand Jay.
What
Me too.
I'm gonna look at,
Out of here.
you say, Mom?
I'm going to look at the tall man.
Oh, you are. Oh man.
Yeah,
You gonna watch,
it's
you gonna watch
okay,
the whole
Mom.
thing this time?
Make sure you
Before-
holding your husband's arms tight while you watch it, because you.
I have to look at it in the
Tall man.
daytime.
Wait a minute. Sister Becky, you didn't watch The Tall Man?
No.
Yeah, I saw the trailer, but I wasn't ready to see it at nighttime.
It
Yeah.
did
Wa-
look
watch it-
scary
you
because
know
I was
what? When I
catching
watched, I
too.
watched it during the daytime. I don't play that either.
No,
No,
watch it.
listen.
I
I
saw
told y'all,
years
I
ago.
watched it as soon as we got off the last color conversation. Y'all kept. Well, Erica been talking about it for like a month, so I said, you know what, tonight's the night. And I was like, Trey, it's night. I said, I don't care. And so I started watching it. And in the middle of it, I was getting a little concerned because I'm like, yo,
See?
yeah, what type of movie is this? And I was like,
11 something when we got off. It was like 11:40 when we got off.
yeah, and I watched it. Just like I watched Unforgivable one of the nights, because y'all kept talking it up. I said, let me watch it now.
Let me watch it.
Let me get it now.
We're trying to watch that movie that you told us about. It's
Didn't it
Oh,
just-
Swan Song.
I
Didn't
can't-
the movie said stay close?
Yes, stay
Stay
close. Oh
close, stay
man,
close. Hold on, that sounds familiar.
stay close. Yes, yes, yes.
Wait, what was Stay Close about?
Is it a series?
Yes, but it's only like, I think it's like 8 episodes and they fly by.
Oh, I know what you're on
Wait, what
Netflix.
is it about? What is it about?
I want you to watch it, Erica.
Don't spoil. Yeah, don't
No,
spoil
I
it.
think
Just say what
I
it's like.
think I saw it. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Stay close. Basically, this woman has built her whole life and her past comes back to haunt her.
Oh,
And they do
Oh, I
they
saw
do
it.
have,
I saw it. I
and
remember
they do
that.
have
I
that
remember-
British accent.
I
Let me
remember
tell you,
that.
them British films,
She
they
was a
have
stripper. Wasn't she
excellent
a
plot.
stripper?
Yes.
I
yes.
saw it. I'm not gonna tell the whole. I saw. I saw the
All
series.
right, I'm gonna watch it. 'cause
It
I-
was
Yeah.
good. It was good.
I didn't see
It was
Yo,
very,
man, y'all
like
gotta
the
stop.
ending. And Trey, you gonna like it because when I tell you, I said, man, the ending, you're like, oh my gosh, it was
Man,
perfect.
listen.
It was a perfect ending
Those
to the
too many
whole,
shows on
like,
deck. All right. Stay
yeah,
close,
yeah.
Stay close.
Stay, and I sister, you can't be multitasking.
Listen, that's too many. Janika, you said
Already.
you say 8 episodes.
Yeah, but see, Trey, I've been home a whole month from COVID, so I had nothing else to do.
Oh, so you killed that thing. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
I was like, yeah.
8.
But
Okay.
I'm telling you, you're gonna watch it. Like once you press play, you're gonna want to wait for you're gonna want, because it all builds. And by episode 7, your mouth drops open. And by the last episode 8, you like, OMG.
It's good.
Like, yeah.
Wait, so
Yeah.
it's are they using, you said they're using British accents?
No, they are. You can, it must have been shot over in England or something.
Mhm.
They got that London accent. That's,
Oh,
you
word.
know.
That's gonna be sup.
So that's why, honestly, I can't ever understand them all the time. So I put the thing, what's that? The caption at the
Yeah,
bottom.
they got crazy sayings.
Yeah.
So we have
have to watch a British movie.
That's exactly how they,
That's just how they
Wait a
talk.
minute.
how
y'all.
they sound.
Yeah, we're gonna stay close. Stay
We're
close
gonna
to me.
That's
Stay
exactly
close.
how they
It's only
sound.
8 episodes, and we're in.
Please go watch the 8 episodes. So we can watch
That's
Yeah.
exactly how they
Wait.
sound.
And Latrice, call me on the telly after you're done.
Yep, they say telly. They say
Like,
telly.
what's the telly, man? You tell me. Oh, telephone. Yeah, the telly.
He
You
just
know
say
it is.
telly.
Stay close. Get on the telly. It's me
Y'all
on every night,
y'all
8
need to
p.m.
stop. Y'all need to stop.
And now that's one, Chingy, that is one for a conversation because
Yep.
this woman, man, she got blamed for a whole lot of stuff and it wasn't even nothing to do with her. But yeah, I don't
I
want
had
to get
nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it at all.
nothing to do with
I don't have a little space for you to be here.
Exactly. So what we'll do is we'll push that to maybe next month sometime.
You
Latrice,
know what?
that's very
She
sus.
scared me. She sound too much like
that's too funny. If you push it out like a few weeks, that gives people a chance to watch a couple, then watch another couple. Because it flies
I
by.
watched it back to back. I watched
I
it
did.
all
I
back to
said
back.
I sure did. I did too. I binge watched it, yo.
I loved it. Loved it.
You might have to shoot, shoot for next month.
Yeah, we have to
Yeah.
shoot for next
Because it's
month.
like 8 episodes.
We can't just sit
Yeah.
and watch them. We can't watch all those episodes at one time.
I mean,
Is
we
she
could
still
watch it
talking
in
like
one big
that with
riff.
the accent?
You can watch it in one big riff.
Oh wait, I talk
No,
like
Chili can't. She got too much
talk like
going
this.
on.
I
She
talk
do.
like this.
She do.
Listen, I talk
Hold
like
on, we gotta push it back 6 months because the tree schedule is heavy.
She's got too much going on.
She got a heavy schedule, yo.
You got a heavy load.
I
A
talk
big load, a big load.
You got a heavy load.
Yeah,
try,
yeah. What?
prior.
He said what? That's exactly how that guy sound.
Oh, that's how he said. What? Stay close. What?
He sounds just like that.
You did what? All right, let me pray.
You did what?
Father God, no.
You know what?
They sound just like them. They sound just like them.
Oh man, all right. Let me get this American accent. Yes. All right. Father, we thank you.
It's scary. Y'all sound just like them.
Oh, we
Like them.
man. We just thank God for another night of color conversation. Man, we're thankful for the opportunity to come together. Look at movies, break some things down, try to get some understanding about the workings in the world and our place in it and where we should be. And Lord, we just pray for wisdom, man, as we go about our lives. Help us to love people, help us to try to do what is right, to honor you and represent you. We pray that everyone gets some good rest tonight and that they're ready for tomorrow. And we just, give you the praise, the glory, and the honor because it's yours. Amen.
Amen.
I got one quick thing to say before everybody gets off. Latrice, I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. This is like the highlight of my Thursday every 2 weeks. I comes home and throw clothes off to get comfortable so I can actually sit on here and talk to all of you. I enjoy all of you on here and I appreciate being able to fellowship with you guys and to talk about these subjects and stuff. So this is my highlights. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here. I appreciate it.
Listen, for real, I thank God for placing in my spirit to start this whole conversation thing. So it's just like, hey, whoever can come on, whoever can be a part, it's about fellowship, it's about community, it's about love, and it's about coming together, and it's about getting to the bottom of all different things. We all go through something, we all struggle with something, and being able to come together just to talk about that struggle so that we can help one another get better as a community, as mental and emotional health is the greatest thing in the world. So I love you, Erica.
I love you too.
We're going to talk in another 2 weeks.
There she go again.
I'll see you all in 2 weeks. It is a blessing to have you on. I have to go. Good night. Okay.
Oh wait, stop. No, your mom wanted to say something.
Go ahead.
What?
Would you like to say something, Mother?
I said good night. Y'all have a good night. Have a blessed night and be safe. Have a peaceful sleep. And watch, stay close, and so you'll be able to tell me a little bit more about it. Good night.
Oh, good night.
Good night.
Good night,
Good
y'all.
night.